Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I will be reading a multi-character expositor by me. So let's get into it. Neuvillette. Neuvillette was very caring, and oftentimes he was very alert to your needs and whatever you may have in mind. However, some things stood between him and his understanding of you. Maybe it was the way he was unable to read people very well, and his lack of humanity. Regardless, it did not stop him from trying, and most of the time his attempts were very successful. However, when you woke up in the middle of the night, screaming your lungs off, he certainly struggled to understand what could have scared you so much. He bolted off the bed because it was quite an experience to wake up to the sound of someone screaming before just realizing what was happening and letting out a soft sigh, going over to you. And just as he was about to wrap his arms around you, he stopped himself, instead, just holding out his hand and looking you in the eyes. Are you all right, my darling? Please, if you need me to hold you, I may, but I do not want to startle you. He spoke gently, softly. His movements were slow as not to scare you, and you were ultimately relieved for his own gentleness and his awareness, despite his confusion. Eventually, after you let out a soft sigh and were finally done with your tears, he nodded, wrapping your arms around him tightly and deciding to just nestle into his chest. It was an experience, after all, to be this close to Neuvillette, to be loved in this manner, and to feel cherished, which is how he always made you feel. It was something you could never get with anyone else. And yet, Neuvillette made it so easy for you to feel safe with him. So safe that you wouldn't need to worry about a single thing. It was a blessing in its own way. Neuvillette, don't worry about me. I just had a nightmare. That's all. I didn't mean to scare you. He whispered, and he smiled softly, cupping your face in his hands and looking you in the eyes. It is all right. You may rest. Please, do not feel guilty about waking me up. We dragons do not need sleep the same way humans do. I may stay up the rest of the night with you if that's what you want. But, Neuvillette, you work too hard. You need to rest. But he just kissed you, sweet and gentle, and so utterly loving. It is fine. Trust me on that. I just want to make sure you're alright. He sighed softly as he ran his fingers through your hair. It was something wonderful, the way he focused on you and your safety and your happiness, something that you could never get with anyone else. And for that, you feel blessed, and you will try your best to rest, because he was so worried about you, and you did not want to worry him further. Lenny. Lenny has been through a lot, so nightmares are not really strange to him. In fact, he's not a stranger to them to the point that he may almost be friends with nightmares. He's gotten comfortable with the fact that almost every night will be riddled with these. However, he's not so comfortable with the fact that you may suffer from that as well. You don't deserve that. And when in the middle of the night he wakes up to the sound of you screaming, it's a little bit unsettling. And sad, too. He immediately jolts up, and when he sees you, curled up and crying into your hands, he softens and puts a gentle hand on your shoulder. You're safe now. You're fine. I promise. Do you want me to turn on the lights? He asked, and he nodded, and he did just that. And slowly, he scooted closer to you, not wanting to startle you at all with any sudden movements. And then he held your hand, cupped your face in his hands, and made you look at him, wiping away your tears. You're fine, love. I promise. You looked into his eyes for a couple of moments before crying once more. And Lenny understood. He understood how hard it could have been, how much you were going through. Maybe he doesn't have the full story or the entire grasp of this, but he can empathize. He can try to understand. And he can see just what you're going through right now. He holds you close to him, running his fingers through your hair, as he just talks to you idly about anything else. It's what you ask of him, to talk to you, tell you anything to get your mind off of it. And as curious as he is to know what is scaring you so much, what is haunting your nights, he will not ask, he will not push. It is your own secret and your own knowledge that you may share with him if you want, but he will never go as far as to push you to say anything. That is your choice. And for now, he's simply content to be able to hold you like this and make you feel safe with his presence. It is an honor. You'll be fine, darling. I promise. You don't have to sleep if you don't want. We could stay up and watch something. Would that be better? Yeah, I guess. I would like that a lot more. Thank you, Lenny. I don't mean to keep you up. I can't go back to sleep right now. He nods, kissing your forehead. I understand. I really do. Just take a deep breath, and I'll go and see what we can watch. Okay? And though you're reluctant, you do let go of his hand, and internally, you're grateful for having someone as wonderful and as caring as Lenny.